Fox 45 News continues to hear from you about problems with Maryland's unemployment system. Dozens have contacted our newsroom telling us they've waited months for answers about their claims. Now, many of those people say they have no luck getting through to the state for help. Amy Simpson is live tonight as she continues to investigate. And Amy, last night during our town hall, I mentioned the investigation you've been doing about these claims.
Kai, we do understand that this is a process, and with concerns of fraud, claims do need to be vetted. But the concern that we hear over and over again is that some of these claims are just slipping through the cracks and going months and months without any attention at all. And for some, waiting is a matter of life or death.
Unemployed and helping her young son with virtual school. There's already more than enough stress for this Baltimore County woman.
I have worked my whole life, and I just have never not been able to pay a bill on time.
Then in November, Rachel Ruby says her pandemic unemployment benefits suddenly cut off.
In my portal, it just says on hold.
Benefits that were her only source of income since April, and definitely not enough to live off of.
I received $176 a week. It's nothing, but it was better than nothing.
But Ruby says she's also keeping big health concerns on her back burner.
In August, I was diagnosed with a little bit of cancer, so that just put a little bit of topping on the cake.
She tells Fox 45 News she was treated for stomach cancer in August. The only reason they found the cancer is because they first found a benign tumor in her brain. Now she needs that taken care of too.
It's hard.
A surgery she's delaying until her benefits get straightened out.
It makes me really upset to think about that on top of not getting any payments, any income.
Despite countless emails and calls, Ruby says she got through to a live agent just one time last month. A call she says lasted just a few minutes. The agent reportedly told her he couldn't help. She needs her claim adjudicated. And until then, she waits, only able to hold off on brain surgery for so long.
I just pray every day that my unemployment will come through.
After reaching out to the Department of Labor on her behalf just this afternoon, we just found out in the last hour that Rachel's claim has been resolved and she should be receiving her benefits in the next 48 hours.
On the path forward for restaurants in Baltimore. Friday, Mayor Brandon Scott chose not to lift restrictions on dining. Well, this weekend, some of the businesses impacted by the city's COVID mandates were able to speak directly to the man calling the shots. Fox 45 reporter Amy Simpson live tonight with what we know about that meeting. Amy?
Mary, I'm told about 24 restaurants were part of this virtual conversation with the mayor just yesterday to talk about restrictions and frustrations.
It was a chance to have their voices heard.
They are feeling desperate and they don't know how much longer they're going to be able to hold out with these restrictions.
The president and CEO of the Restaurant Association of Maryland tells Fox 45 News he was a listener for Sunday's focus group discussion with Mayor Brandon Scott.
They really impressed upon the mayor that they need a timeline for when these restrictions are going to be lifted. And that way they can make decisions on whether or not to close or to maybe try to hang on for another week or two.
Thank you for calling Amici's. Can I help you?
The city's restaurants have been restricted to takeout-only operations since December 11th. Restaurants on the call reportedly told the mayor they're frustrated that customers can visit surrounding counties to dine with fewer restrictions. They also told him they need financial help to survive.
I thought the mayor was very receptive.
But again, our decisions are made on public health. Period.
Scott has said time and time again, he's tracking hospitalizations, case rate, and COVID deaths to guide restrictions.
No decisions were made at this meeting. There were no commitments on any end.
In a statement to Fox 45 News, the mayor's office calls the meeting productive and says both sides will keep an open line of communication as the pandemic continues.
And while no specific metrics were given for this dining ban to be lifted, the mayor had said on Friday that he would reevaluate restrictions in the middle of this week.
Maryland, the state reporting 1,700 new cases, the lowest figure since December 27th. Sadly, another 29 Marylanders have died, and the state has now administered more than 250,000 doses of the coronavirus vaccine. But there is concern tonight that the vaccination plan in Maryland may soon outpace the supply. It comes as Maryland advances to a new phase of vaccinations that includes anybody over 75 years old. Mackenzie Frost joins us live with what the governor is saying about this dilemma. Mackenzie?
Governor Larry Hogan is warning Marylanders today's expansion greenlights more than 850,000 people to get the COVID-19 vaccine. But the problem, the state is only getting about 10,000 doses a day. And right now the federal government says it's not planning on sending any more out to states for at least a few weeks.
Over the last 10 months, more than 328,000 Marylanders have tested positive for COVID-19. Picture 4.5 M&T Bank stadiums and then some full of people with the coronavirus. Fast forward to now, Governor Larry Hogan rolling up his sleeve to get the first of the 2-dose COVID-19 vaccine.
Wow, I didn't even feel it.
Encouraging everyone who can to do the same.
It's the only way to end the damage to our economy and to bring this pandemic to an end.
As of today, 21,800 Marylanders have been fully vaccinated, meaning 0.01% of the entire state who are eligible have gotten both doses.
We have a pretty good plan.
Despite dwindling supply nationally, Maryland moving forward, allowing more people to sign up for an appointment to get a vaccine. But the state's top doctor overseeing the rollout telling me on Friday
they are anticipating continuing roughly the same allocations that states are currently getting.
Today, the governor bluntly saying the demand is outpacing the supply coming from the federal government.
They're giving them to us at 10,000 a day. On Saturday, we did 25,000. I think we're averaging around 15,000. So 50% more than we're getting. That's why I kept saying we're going to run out.
Hogan looking to a Biden administration for change. The president-elect outlining a plan to speed up production and plans to use the Defense Production Act. The timing of the expansion unknown, while any federal stockpile of the vaccines is gone. Meantime, Baltimore City's health department has no open appointments for the rest of January for people looking to get their first dose of the vaccine.
Now, Mary, I spoke with some people involved in the planning, and they say that the rollout of this vaccine plan is fluid and it could change as the Biden administration begins next week. However, they say that things could also improve as far as getting an online appointment. They're looking at making it easier for people to get a COVID-19 vaccine appointment, especially for those who don't have access to the internet. Plus, they're also talking about the mass vaccine clinics. They say that those plans are still on the table. But again, the linchpin to get more people vaccinated all hinges on the availability of the doses coming into the state.